Hi, I'm Mon.
And I'm Nicole, and we are event planners at Feel Good Events.
So we are going to discuss some different layouts for some dinner parties.
So dinner parties have become quite popular of late, and we kind of think that that is due to the intimacy and how you can create a different vibe for a smaller number of guests. For instance, I did an event a couple of weeks ago that was for an 18th, and it was a dinner party. This is a little bit kind of, I guess, a bit more unusual than maybe the last kind of 5-10 years. Everyone would always have like a big party for an 18th. But I think for the dinner party, kind of the event space and the layout does create that little bit more intimacy, a little bit more relaxed vibe that you can kind of have a bit more deeper conversations with people and things like that. Yeah, dinner parties are kind of blowing up lately, yeah.
So we have set up two different dinner parties. One was for a disco pink theme and the other one was for a burlesque theme. One of them had long tables and the other one had some round tables. They're just two different ways that you could set up a dinner party.
For round tables, that is quite popular for corporate events, especially for gala dinners and things like that. Usually you'll have different corporate teams set at different tables because those are the people that they know within that group. And you can kind of compare that a little bit to the silver disco, how we had long tables, which like Mon said, that setup is used in a home or in a space like that, where everyone is quite friendly with each other or they know each other. So it doesn't really kind of matter who sits where. The long table, you obviously have a lot more people at the one table in comparison to the round tables who you usually have about 8 to 12. Mix and match either, it doesn't really matter, but that's kind of where you would usually see those two different table setups. So for the pink and silver disco, we created long centerpieces down the entire length of the table. And the way that I kind of set this up was I started off with a base. So I knew that we wanted to use candles, we wanted to use neon strips, and we wanted to use disco balls. I started off creating little clusters in kind of sections of the table with the candles and then weaved the neon strip throughout it going down the table. I then added the disco balls. So especially for the neon strips, they did have little battery packs. So I made sure I did that at the bottom. So then when I put all the disco balls in it and kind of clustered them around the candles and the neon strips, I could cover any areas that I didn't want shown. The way that I would set up this kind of centerpiece is definitely starting from the base, in which case for this one was the candles. The vases are the biggest piece, and then the neon strip does go like the length of the table. And then with the disco balls, it's quite easy to fill in all those little gaps that go down the length of the table.
I do just want to add as well, a lot of the times when we do organise a lot of the events which have the long tables, just be a little bit mindful if you are going to have the food on the table. You do want to make sure there is space if food is going on the table or if it's getting served elsewhere. You know, in a case like this, then we would try and cluster it a little bit more if food was going to be placed there. Otherwise, I mean, free for all. If it's not, then obviously you can decorate the whole thing. So for the burlesque theme, we decided to do just the one mannequin just on the round table. We obviously wanted that to be a wow feature. With that, we did add a table number. Again, it's a little bit more of a corporate event. A lot of the times, if it is in a venue in a corporate event, there is going to be food placed around a lot of the sides and drinks and whatnot. Yeah, we just decided to do the one and make that the wow.
Yeah, and then we also had table runners running under it, so there was a little bit more theme on the table. And you can use, when you have something that might just be one centerpiece, you can do little elements like Mon mentioned with the table number or little name cards or a table runner to bring the table theming a little bit to that next level if you do just need a bit more space in the table and you need something a bit more basic in the center. So on both of the themes for the pink and silver disco and burlesque, we did also have some lighting shining down onto the centerpieces. This does create a little bit more of a spotlight. So we used a light, which is a pin spotlight, which is just like a simple kind of white light, which is then shone onto it. And that does kind of create a bit more of a point of interest for the centerpiece and highlights it. Yeah, exactly. So a dinner party is a great option for your next event, regardless of the kind of function that you want to have. It doesn't just have to be a plate on a table, and you can create a wow factor regardless of where it is or the type of event that you're having.